Yo, what's up with y'all? It's Keymajor and I'm back with another tutorial video for y'all today. Tell me showing you guys how to make some dark choir samples like Cubeatz for Southside. Before I do get into the video, I want to thank you guys so much because we just hit 1K on the channel. I really want to thank every single one of y'all that take the time to watch my videos and leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, share, do all that good stuff. It really does help the channel grow a lot. Like I said in the past, the more y'all help grow this channel, the more content I'm gonna keep dropping. But yeah, man, if you guys do enjoy, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's get straight to the video. So you guys already heard that preview in the beginning, so I'm gonna get straight to the breakdown. The first thing I started with was Omnisphere. I use the School Mallets preset, and for a lot of people that do have Omnisphere, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit like some Omnisphere sauce right here. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys already know this, but if you don't, a lot of you guys probably go through here and you guys go find your sounds through here, like if you want some bells. But if you guys want like some raw sounds, it's like a whole new library of a bunch of raw sounds. You go over here to one of these, the A, B, C, or D. I just go to the A, and a lot of times it's gonna be on the synth. Go over here to sample, and then you click in here, and it's like a whole new library of just a bunch of raw sounds. The one I chose is in traditional. Then I went to bell acoustic, and I click this one right here, School Mallet. There's a bunch of stuff in here. There's even a bunch of phrases. I know a lot of you guys been looking for like flute phrases, vocal phrases. Omnisphere has that stuff, man. If you go in here, just go to the instrument phrases, then you go to flutes. There's a bunch of flutes in here. They got choirs. So yeah, man, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know about this, but if you don't, trust me, you really want to go in here. There's a bunch of new secret gems and a bunch of raw sounds you can find and use. But yeah, man, the one that I use is the School Mallets. This is the melody I came up with. So yeah, it's a very simple starter kind of melody. So the first thing I did when I came up with this melody was I laid down this small pattern right here. The first thing I did was I copied this over. Instead of having this whole pattern just play throughout the whole thing, I decided to switch up the first half. So what I did was I chopped up the F sharp and I brought it up to G. Then I layered the F sharp with the B that's down here. I just took this B an octave up. So now it's a little less repetitive and more unique. The last thing I added to it was I took the root note, which is B, and I just copied it an octave down to kind of add more low end to the melody. I'm just building, like the whole thing is just building and adding on top of your melody. And the last thing I did was I took that same pattern, I just copied it over. I removed these two notes right here. It's such a simple little change, but it has such a big difference in making this melody more unique and kind of like tricking the listener, because you know they've heard the first half, now they think that note's gonna play again, but instead it has that little pause and it kind of just surprises the listener. And the last thing I did was I did Alt R to randomize the velocity, and I lowered the bass notes just to kind of make them a little more quiet in the background. For the effects, the first thing I did was I added a tiny bit of stereo separation, and then I layered it with a halftime. I just put the regular halftime setting on here and I put the mix down to 31%. This kind of just gives it like a tiny layer in the background of it half speed. Then I added ambience reverb. This just kind of makes it less dry. And then I added wider. This is another free VST, and I just put it to 34%, just making it more wide. And then I added this EQ. I took out a lot of the lows, low mids, and I lowered some of the highs because it was a little too harsh. And then I used the stock EQ down here to take out the lows. The next thing I did was I copied the same pattern and I layered it with another Omnisphere. I used the pad Dirty Vintage. I'm pretty sure this is from, yeah, this is from Max Shooter and Deuce's latest Omnisphere bank. And I just copied the same notes onto here. Nothing special, I just copied the same pattern over, and the effects were also very simple as well. I just added ambience on here, reverb, and then I put an EQ on here to kind of filter it. I also put some stereo separation on this one as well. I kind of put a little bit of stereo separation on like almost all my sounds, and I also pan them left and right. I kind of just pan certain sounds to the left, certain sounds to the right, and this kind of helps make your samples more wide and less mono. Then I layered it again with a one shot from the Apex one shot kit, this preset right here. So yeah, all I'm doing is I'm just layering. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm just building and building on top of the original pattern. For the effects, it's basically the same thing: ambience, reverb, EQ, taking out the lows. But I also did add a halftime, kind of the same trick, just kind of layering it. Then after that, I added another one shot from the Apex one shot kit. It's this flute right here. And for this pattern, I use the exact same notes. All I did is I put them into a chord, and then I did Alt S and I strummed them a lot. For the effects, I added a lot of reverb, and then I turned the mix knob down a little bit. Then I added some fruity chorus, and I just turned the mix knob down almost 50%. Pancake, so it's panning left and right, and I put it right here to 1/2, so it's panning very quickly. And I just turned the mix knob down to 50, so it's not panning so harsh all the way to the right and left. And then last thing was I kind of filtered it with an EQ, just took out the lows and a lot of the highs. And then the last thing I added was Noir felt piano. It's just a basic felt piano, and then it's laid down the root note, which is B. For the effects, all I added was some fruity reverb, and I just took out some of the lows. This is how all the patterns sound together. So now we're gonna get to what y'all been waiting for, the choir. So I got this choir sample from this channel right here, Kids Choir Beats, and it's from this one right here. You could also find a bunch on the internet. I literally just searched up children's choir sample or just children choir, and you can find like a bunch of videos on YouTube. Another way you could also get them is literally just recording yourself. So it's the original sample right here.
On a Sunday morning, it won't let me go. Fell for a trap, it won't let me go.
All I did was I chopped it up and I put it on time. And then for the effects, I just added a lot of reverb, and I added a 1/8 delay. I just turned the mix knob down a tiny bit. Then I added the first EQ, which is taking out a lot of the lows and lowering some of the harsh highs. Second EQ was lowering some of the mids. And then the last EQ was just removing more lows. Like I just put it on time. And yeah, that's basically it. After that, I just added an EQ on the master. And I just lowered some lows, some mids, and I raised the highs to make the sample sound more crisp. Then I exported it, and here's the final sample. So yeah, man, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy and learn something new. Remember, if you guys did, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell so you guys never miss another video. And especially so you guys don't miss the new 1K loop kit that will be dropping very, very soon. Like I said, man, I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all you guys have been tuning in and leaving a like, subscribing, commenting, doing all that stuff. I'll be dropping more content very, very soon, and I'll see you on the next one.